I chose to leave the state of Texas because Republicans are trying to take away my voting rights, and I think that's total bull.
These Republicans in this legislature may have changed the Messiah, Jesus, to Trump, but I haven't. And I'm going to make sure that everything that I can do, that my constituents' right would not be stripped from them.
And when they can't change the electorate, when they can't change the makeup of the state of Texas, they're going to change the policy behind it because they have the strength to do it, because they have the majority to do it. And we're going to deny them that as much as we can until hopefully Congress steps up and there's some kind of intervention to make sure that our state is safe.
In Texas, you have to make laws by legislative decision, and to do that, our Constitution says you have to have 100 people to show up to work. And if you don't have 100 people show up to work, you can do two things. You can call it a day and go home, or you can make and compel the attendance of the members who are not there, and that usually means they will arrest you.
We decided to use our numbers, strengthen numbers, that's our power, and leave denying the Republican majority what's called the quorum they need to conduct business, or the number of people present that they needed to conduct business and pass the bad bill.
And somebody's got to take a stand. Somebody's got to say enough is enough. We're going to stop, we're going to walk out, and we're going to come to Washington, D.C. and ask our United States senators to pass a fair voting standard for the entire country.
Well, I would say it's a very un-Texan thing to do, to cut and run in the face of a fight.
This is the most Texan thing ever. It's a group of people who are being oppressed, and our constituents are being oppressed, and we're fighting back, and we're making a strong stand. And we are sending a strong message that we are not going to be held hostage in the House of Representatives, like our friend Symphonia Thompson said today, so the governor can pass vote suppression efforts to disenfranchise our constituents. We're going to fight back.
I can and I will continue to call special session after special session after special session all the way up until election next year.
We have a 10-year-old in my house, right? And so this sounds a lot like the debates we have when it's time to go to bed, or how many sweets can you have in the house? And if you don't give me a sweet, then I'm not going to do this until you give me something. What does that sound like? I mean, is that how governors are supposed to act? I mean, these governors are elected by the people. They're not supposed to govern by temper tantrum. They're not supposed to govern by ego. They're supposed to govern by doing what's best for the state of Texas.
Also, for us, it will mean being away from our families, being away from jobs, being away from our homes. And so it's hard. It's hard to do. It's a sacrifice. It's a personal sacrifice. It's a financial sacrifice. But the fight is worth it. And people have given up much more in the fight for our rights, fight for voting rights in this country, and we're willing to give this up now.